Let's keep going here and get to the Sunday NFL games. And how about this one? Arizona and Jacksonville, Kyle, opened up at that 6.5 price, now sits at 7.5 across the board, NA52. Arizona is so much fun for me to watch. This game does not surprise me, but again, a road team going, Arizona from dome to outdoors looked pretty good, obviously, versus Tennessee, then pretty good again. They actually should have lost the football game against Minnesota, but that offense is in full gear. I don't know what the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be able to bring to the table and how really good overall the Denver Broncos defense is. But I think the Denver Broncos defense obviously better than the Arizona Cardinals defense. And week 3 of the regime with Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence, could they bounce back? Possibly. But I don't know how to feel early in the week. And this is great that we get to talk about it. It seems like a lot of points on the road for a road team, and it still seems like the 52. I don't know how you go under when Arizona is playing at this point here.
Yeah, exactly. The problem is, can Jacksonville move the ball? But their defense is leaky, and we saw it yesterday. The Vikings have skill players all around, but you can score on that Vikings defense or on that Cardinals defense, and by all accounts, they should have lost the game. It was crazy. We were kind of watching in the same window. I had a little parlay, or a buddy of mine had a parlay where he needed the Chargers to win and the Cardinals to win. We get the missed field goal by Joseph, and then Zerline bangs through a 56-yarder while Joseph misses a 34-yarder. Really, really strange times, but that's what kickers do to you here. Right now, just from what, and I have to rewatch that Jacksonville-Denver game, but there's nothing impressive about that team. They look outcoached in every game. Their players look overmatched. Their defense is absolutely terrible. Looking at the Cardinals team totals open up at 30.5, and it's hard to imagine them not getting there against this Jacksonville defense, right? So do you like taking West Coast teams who travel to the East Coast and play the early game after an emotional game like that? Not so much. But this Jacksonville team, yikes. This Jacksonville team looks really, really bad. There's no way you can go anything with Jacksonville, so you got to lean the Cardinals. I don't love the line. Maybe this is a first half play where you get that under a touchdown. But early in the week, right now, before I've rewatched everyone's games, got to take the Cardinals. And, the over makes a lot of sense. There should be points in this game.
Yeah, 30.5 here is the number on Caesars for the points for the Arizona Cardinals. The alt line is at 29 at -140. And the great part about this book, which I'm going to use quite frequently here, if you want to buy it down to 24.5, you can do that at -300. Not to say that we will be doing that, because why you would buy it down to 24.5 and not 23.5? That's a whole nother conversation for another day at this point. But also taking a look at the home team, the Jacksonville Jaguars here, 21.5 at -110 at Caesars. The alt line at 20 at -160. That's a little bit more palatable here. If you even wanted to get it to 17, you'd be paying a hefty price of -260, which is ridiculous here. That's a tough one to look at. But again, this is why we talk about the opening lines and have fun. We're not necessarily capping these games. It's just whatever comes to our mind, like that initial thought saying, okay, let me see what some of these odds boosts look like. Let me see what some of these point props look like. Let me see what some of the totals and the sides look like. It's a lot of fun to ask those questions and see what happens here.